My name is Don Bray. I'll be the moderator here this afternoon for green product innovation as a growth strategy. Corporate sustainability really has maybe two main dimensions to it. One is the internal operational dimension, companies worrying about their direct environmental impacts, their carbon footprint, their water usage, and so forth. We've heard a lot about that today. The second major dimension is the company's products and services in the marketplace and the opportunity that is represented in the marketplace. There's certainly a lot of interest among companies to green their operations, to improve their environmental performance, and they need help in doing that in the products and services that they buy and that they interact with. We've put together a great panel, I think a panel representing a couple of different perspectives. We have two panelists from clean technology startup companies. We've put them on the right side of the room. Steve Horn from SolFocus. He is SolFocus's Chief Technology Officer there in the solar business. And Clemens Pfeiffer from PowerAssure. Clemens is the Chief Technology Officer there. PowerAssure is in the data center energy efficiency space. And on the left side of the room, we have representatives from two companies whose names you should recognize. We have Sylvie Kadavar from Samsung Electronics. She's the Director of Strategic Marketing in their DRAM group. And we have Spike Ryan from IBM. He is the Functional Manager of their Science and Technology Center in the western half of the United States. Okay, so we have the spectrum pretty well covered here between the four panelists. By way of background, I'm with Altaterra Research. We do market research and consulting work in the corporate marketplace for clean technology. So we work with a lot of companies on market entry strategies. So this topic is near and dear to my heart. In terms of drivers for green product innovation, I'm going to go through a few framing slides here. And again, we've heard a lot about this during the day-to-day. Rising resource costs and limitations. Close to home here, the U.S. electricity market demand is anticipated to exceed supply as soon as 2014. Provided this information solely by Samsung. Of course, we've all watched the oil industry and the rapidly changing prices in that space and clear expectations that there's going to be significant price increases in the future. Global energy and environmental regulation, a real sea change, carbon legislation in place now in Europe. Many states in the United States now establishing renewable portfolio standards, so looking to introduce more in the way of renewables into the energy mix. Stakeholder pressures. I thought that was a really interesting slide this morning about our discussion around the growth in stakeholder groups. Was it 10,000% or something that was quoted? I mean, it was a mind-boggling increase in terms of the influence of stakeholders in the marketplace. Competitive and customer demands, the Walmart story, the implications for Walmart's tens of thousands of suppliers. We heard about the electronics industry supply chain, and HP, and NVIDIA, and Flextronics, and again, demands for sustainability and reporting cascading down the supply chain. So this is not a local event. This is not something that's going to be gone in another year or two. This is really a sea change in terms of sustainability being introduced into the marketplace in a significant way. The graphic on the right, for years, particularly in Silicon Valley, it's been about price and performance. I've heard a lot of people say that really now there's a third leg to that stool, and that environmental performance or sustainability is becoming a very significant piece of the product evaluation picture, perhaps expanding that performance set of criteria. Sustainability is a growth opportunity. Many of you may have heard the example of a simple example of automotive transportation and the question of how much energy in a gallon of gas actually goes to moving the driver. You've heard this one before? 99% improvement opportunity in terms of looking at ways to improve the conversion efficiency of gasoline to motion, and then looking at ways to streamline the vehicle itself. And as you look across a lot of different industries, there are very fundamental opportunities for improvement, real opportunities for innovation. Energy and resource management just hasn't been the top concern on a lot of design considerations historically. In terms of what's going on in the marketplace, this announcement just came out this week. Philips claiming that 31% of their total sales now are from green products. They expect that number to be 50% in just another few years. They've already invested over €1 billion in green product innovation. Now, if you think about the businesses that they're in, lighting and so forth, they're really in the crosshairs as it relates to impacts of green buying in the marketplace. So it's not surprising to see this, but these numbers are really big. There are a lot of markets for green products. And I'm thinking about this in terms of the various businesses that are significant in the Valley, building energy management and monitoring systems and control systems, renewable energy and green power, grid infrastructure, certainly the whole IT ecosystem, IT and data center energy efficiency, water use, distribution and treatment, the automotive and transit segment, and the electrification of that's underway. Huge implications for new revenue streams, new top-line growth opportunities here in the Valley, and really for the business community in general. Last slide. This is just a context-setting slide. If we think about a very simple 2x2 matrix around green product innovation, there's sort of degrees of green product innovation. Along the bottom, we have green product innovation as incremental or as breakthrough. And incremental innovation might be improved energy efficiency, new packaging, expanded use of recycled content, that sort of thing. Basically, the product's the same product that it was before in terms of the function it serves, but it has new and improved operating characteristics. Breakthrough innovation typically involves disruptive technology or significantly new and improved application of existing technology, business model changes, and so forth. On the vertical, we have new customer segments versus existing customer segments. And if you think about crossing those two things, then we have some of these different permutations. Breakthrough products to new customer market segments is really about market innovation. A lot of startups are in that space. I think we'll hear a lot about that story on the right side of the room here today. If you're an established player, you're probably in all four of these boxes. You're thinking about disruptive innovation and new markets, but you're also thinking about how to reposition current products, expand the capabilities of your products to create new offerings and so forth. So I think that's an important way of thinking about green product innovation. With that, we're going to move to the panel. I've asked the panel members each to take 2 or 3 minutes to introduce themselves and the nature of their company and the products that they offer. This is an opportunity for a commercial message. We're going to ask people not to take that too deep into our conversation today, but certainly they've been generous in donating their time here today. And so it's an opportunity, of course, to plug their technology and their organization. So why don't we start with you, Steve?